The Evergreen Media Network Studio, powered by Scott Tree Services.
Treasure Coast Connector, connecting residents and businesses of the Treasure Coast. And here's your host, Ellen Contreras.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. Treasure Coast Connector is the talk show and online community where we put a spotlight on interesting local businesses and resources, then connect them to you, the consumers in the community. Everyone has an interesting story of why they do what they do. When we learn about what's happening in our own backyard and support local businesses, it strengthens our local economy. For details on the show, links to discounts, promos, past interviews, check out www.tcconnector.com. Now, we're taught that hard work and saving money pays off. And when it comes to growing our money, we have so many options. But today we're going to focus on commercial real estate investing. The Treasure Coast is full of fantastic opportunities. And joining me in the studio today is Izabel Parreira. And she is a professional licensed real estate investor with a background in property and asset management. She's here to talk about a very exciting project that she has going on right now, plus all the other opportunities as well. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Ellen. Thanks for having me here.
Yes.
I'm excited about our time together.
Oh, absolutely. I'm very happy that you are here because Florida real estate, we think about the housing market, but there is such a booming, business of commercial businesses, properties that are being, renovated and new buildings. It's just so much is happening and it's very exciting. Before we talk about all of that and your project, why did you want to get into commercial real estate investing?
Great question. Yes. I was living in Virginia. I was about 28, giving my aging here.
That was just 2 years ago. No, I'm kidding.
I wish. So I had been living in the country for about 5 years, and I came across the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Once I read that book, my mind was blown off, and I was like, wow, this is the ticket to financial freedom. Real estate is it is, and I'm going to invest in this. I really understood. It was very clear for me. I was very confident that was the key for me to turn and become, financially free and write my own story and have control of what I can do for myself and be different from my humble beginnings where I came from.
Yeah, and I love that. And not only are you and your husband in the real estate world together, you're doing the commercial, he's doing something else. We'll talk about that later. But then you also said, I want to bring others with me and help them create passive income. And I love that as well. Okay.
Yes.
So now success breeds success. I really love that statement. And on your website, there's a lot of things that you have posted of what you have done and what you've worked on. So if you could just talk about some of the projects that you like to get involved with.
Oh, sure. So, I'll give a little bit of background on that. So with reading the book, I wanted to start investing. I started right away. I purchased my first property, and it took a while. I kind of put a pause, unintentional, during that time for a while. And I got into property management. I was, immersed into work, and I had recently got married. So I didn't do active investing for a while. But pandemic came. And I lost my job. And that was the time that made me rethink. And I was like, wow, I never want to to be in that position again of somebody controlling what I make, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm so glad and thankful that happened, actually, because it made me rekindle my passion for real estate. And I was like, I'm going to invest not only myself, purchasing myself, but I'm also want to teach other people how to do that. So with the income, I wasn't making, we were comfortable, right? I'm not a millionaire, and I will talk about that later too.
Oh, I'm sorry. The phrase, can I correct you? I'm not a millionaire yet.
Yet.
I love that little word.
I know.
Makes all the difference.
It makes all the difference. You're right about that. And so I'm not there yet, but I was like, I'm able to do that if I'm conscious and if I'm mindful of where I'm putting my money. So all the savings that I had, all the money that was left over from, I was investing in a property. So I purchased, to answer your question, I started purchasing multifamilies. And I heard about syndication and I was like, where was I? Where I didn't hear about that before. So I wanted to do the investment. So I became a limited partner in multifamily in apartment buildings. And syndication, I want to clarify for a lot of people don't understand what that is. So simply is a group of people that come together and put their money to work for them, right, in a group. And it's all backed by documentation, right? So that's what I did. And I have 5 multifamilies and 1 retail shopping center throughout the country. So I'm very happy about that. That's passive income. That's a great
that's a nice portfolio.
It's a great way to build generational wealth.
So now there has been a couple of new commercial properties being built, and you have one that you are getting ready to close on. Right. Very, very exciting. It's a very hot industry. So what is this property?
Oh, yes. Yes, I love to talk about that. So, first of all, too, we are located in Vero Beach, and it's a very fabulous market. There's a lot of advanced technology industries that are coming here. A lot of families are moving here. So what people need a lot is storage. And we were not looking for this property. We're not looking for storage. My group and I, we were underwriting over 100 properties, mainly multifamily, and it wasn't working. So, because they were all above market price.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yep. And, we're not going to buy a property just because it's for sale and it's above market price. There's no gain for us, for nobody, right?
It's not a win-win, and that's what you're looking for, yeah.
Exactly. So we came across this property, we underwrote it a million times, and it worked. So there is value-add opportunity on it. There is, we can double our investment in 5 years. We can offer that to our investors.
Oh, that's nice.
It is. And you can get a cash-on-cash return annually of 7.5%.
Wow.
Yes.
But you have to be an accredited investor. And we're going to talk about what that means in a moment. So this property, it's a storage facility near the airport.
Near the airport here in Vero Beach is 650 units. It's 2 properties, 2 buildings.
Okay.
They are very close to each other, less than a half mile. And it's been... They don't market the property currently for rent, right?
Okay.
For new clients. So we have a great business plan. It's not very aggressive. There's not a lot of capital that need to be put in, but the rents are below market. So our plan is to come and put the rents above market and make everybody, get money back in their pocket.
That is wonderful. And it really is a very nice looking property. I pass it by all the time. I live very close by. My husband works at Piper. We are taping this on Monday, July 15th. So it's available immediately on the podcasts, but it'll come out on iHeart Radio in like a week and a half. But you are getting ready to close out on this opportunity.
Yes.
So I want people, because we're going to be pushing this out on all of the social media and such. So for the accredited investors, you want them to get in touch with you. So in the first half of the show, please give your phone number, your email address, your website.
We'll do that. You want me to do that
right
now?
Oh,
right now? Okay. My phone number is 703 507-6182. And my email address is invest with Iza, I-Z-A, @gmail.com. And I'm giving that because it's easier, it's shorter.
Yeah.
But I have one from my website too, that if you just go to my website.
It's on there. Yeah.
Yes. Do you want me to
Yes,
give the
please.
website now? It's just my full name spelled out. Izabel Parreira. IZABEL PARREIRA.com. And you can get in touch with me from there if you don't want to write the email.
Yeah, because that is a wonderful investment opportunity. And that leads me to, before we go to the commercial break, if you could just quickly explain what it means to be an accredited versus a non-accredited investor.
Sure. So the SEC, which is the Security Exchange Commission, regulates the investment world, the syndication, like I said, and that is to protect everyone, to protect us that is offering the investment, and to protect the investors.
Yeah.
And so 506B is for both, for accredited and non-accredited. And the non-accredited, another name for that is basically sophisticated investors, which comes to friends and family. Typically, when people start open an opportunity in a syndication for an investment, they are open first to friends and family. It's a lower investment amount to start with.
Okay.
And after that comes to the 506C, which is the accredited. What is accredited is you have to have a net worth of $1 million in assets, not including your primary home, or 300,000, make 300,000 annual income if it's a couple, or 200,000 individually per year.
All right. Well, very good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a quick break, and then we, Izabel and I, have a lot more to discuss about these amazing real estate investment opportunities. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Sturgis Lumber is the county's most trusted hardware store. Sturgis stocks stainless steel products, power tools, construction and painting supplies, propane, plumbing, and electrical parts. 4645 US 1 Vero Beach, Sturgis Lumber and Hardware. Tree trimming is serious business. Don't let the other guys botch the job. Call Scott Tree Services. We're fully insured, fully credentialed. Don't get nervous. Call Scott Tree Services.
Hey, you! Host your very own show every week at Evergreen Media Network in Vero Beach. Go live to YouTube and Facebook with up to 4 people and your very own producer. Be heard on more than 15 podcast platforms and local radio. All you have to do is show up and talk. Your guests can join from anywhere in the world. It's easy to get started with the largest podcast studio on the Treasure Coast. Contact Evergreen Media to tour the studio.
I'm your host, Ellen Contreras, and I'm with Izabel Parreira. She pronounces her name so much better. Commercial real estate investing, property asset management. Can you say your last name for me again? Izabel
Parreira.
Okay, I'm not even going to attempt that. Brazilian, oh my goodness. But you know what I can do? I can make a caipirinha.
Oh,
yeah, fun fact about me, and I'll tell you why after the show.
Awesome. I want to learn.
Yes. And so when it comes to investing, we all know that we have to save our money, and we should make some investments to grow that money. The whole sticking in the mattress thing isn't very smart. But sometimes people say to themselves, I don't know how I feel about real estate investing,
right?
But it's an asset that appreciates, and there's passive income. So give us a little bit of advice or tips on how people who are sitting on the fence, they have that money and they want to talk to you, but what would you like them to know if they're new at this?
Well, that's a pact.
I know.
I know. There's so much to say. what can I say in a few minutes that I have is that, first of all, don't be afraid, don't think, and I was thinking to say that maybe at the end, but don't be afraid of investing. There is real estate for me, for example, real estate is tangible, it's solid. You see, you touch, and I think it's very safe, and real estate is never, there are phases, there are cycles in the economy, and there will be times that might go down or might just stop there, but it will come back up. It will never, you are never going to go wrong investing in real estate. So I think it's very solid for me personally. Like I said, I think I am very suspicious, I guess to say, because I love it and I feel that it's safe for me.
Yeah.
Because you can also, on this case, for example, on what I'm investing, you have a relationship with the people that you are investing with. It's not like a mutual fund or a 401k or an IRA that you put it there, or stocks and bonds that you don't know. You can have a financial advisor or the representative, but it's not a relationship. They are not going to send you, a newsletter and tell you a financial report every month. Like with us, with investing this type of stuff, like the commercial, the storage or multifamily, you have a relationship and you can talk to this person. At least with us, you can call us and you can email us. Our plan is to continue to do what we have been seeing that is done by some operators, which is, contact and have monthly meetings or quarterly meetings with our investors. So I think a relationship is very important, having trust, and there are always risks and in everything, but just measure your risk, and we take and have a relationship to mitigate that risk. I think it's very important.
No, I think it's good, and you're very good about assessing situations before you even jump in with your own monies to invest, which I really like.
For sure.
Now, the other thing is you were a property manager and an asset manager. That is an extensive part of your background. So you are looking for opportunities in that, not that you want to work for a company, but explain, like with the property management, asset management, like what types of opportunities you are looking for to help others.
Oh, sure. So yes, I have managed properties which were office and retail in the past, and currently I am managing one self-storage, another self-storage unit that is not yet the one that we are purchasing, that I'm going to, of course, asset manage as well. I'm managing now a storage unit and multifamily properties, apartments, as well as a few homes, single-family homes for out-of-state owners. So that is opportunities that I could take more. I'm happy to do it. You
could take it off the hands of others.
Of other people that, yes, to manage for them. I really like what I do because it's so different, and you talk to so many different types of people. And I kind of know how to do that with my eyes closed, and I love it.
Well, that is very good. So now what I wanted to know also, like circling back to real estate investment, what are some of the advantages? Because you know what I'm thinking of? Remember how I was telling you on the phone last week that there are people here that are self-employed, that like I know of a doctor who then bought a vacant piece of property next to his eye place, and he created the golf place because he loves golf, right? And he has other people manage that for him. Well, there's a lot of people that are like that have multiple businesses. They don't necessarily want to buy another business, but they have the money for the investment. But what are the advantages then if they were to say, here, I want to get involved in these projects? What, like you mentioned something about a tax liability or lowering it or something?
Yes. Disclaimer: I'm not a tax accountant.
Oh, thank you. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yes,
yeah.
or a CPA or an attorney. I'm not that, and
Right.
Ellen know that, but just for everybody to know. So there are a lot of advantages to invest in real estate because it's with us in syndication. In this case, for example, on the storage, it's passive. You don't have to fix toilets, trash. You don't have trash or termites. None of that because it's passive. You invest your money like you would on a stock market or with an IRA, but you are putting on something that you can see, that is tangible, and we are going to manage it for you. So that is one advantage of it. The other one is appreciation. That happens on single family home. You are maybe more used to that. It's easier for us all to grasp that because we usually purchase our home, right? But there is also depreciation, and that's the part where I said about the tax liability, because when there is depreciation on syndication, a big portion of the money that you put in, depending on your situation, how much money you make and, your tax bracket and all that, most of the time you can offset that amount that you invested, a big portion of that amount you invested in your tax return. You don't get it back. And one day I was talking to somebody and they were like, put their eyes very big. I get back. I said, no, you don't get back.
Yeah.
No, it's just offset. It just reduce your responsibility of taxes that you need to pay to the government.
Right.
So that is, to me, it's huge. Who wants to pay money to the government?
Right.
Your hard-earned money, you just have to learn how to make that money work for you so you're not always working for your money. That's the beauty of passive investment and having somebody manage for you. So depreciation, appreciation, passive, having somebody manage a relationship. I think that's it.
Yeah. And again, I didn't want to put like words in your mouth, and people can talk with their, CPA and advisors and things like that. We're not here to get into that area at all.
Right. I understand.
But then, you know what, we're almost out of time. So before I ask you about your husband and his projects, I want you to give your phone number and everything again for the second half of the show.
Oh, sure. No problem. So my number to get in touch with us and, learn about this opportunity is 703-507-6182. My email is investwithiza@gmail.com. And the website, www.izabelparreira.com, IZABEL I know, guys, it's long, .com.
Yes, well, very good. And okay, so now your husband is also in real estate. So with 60 seconds, he is about ready to get established here with licensing. For doing what?
Oh, yes.
What's on his horizon?
Oh, yes. My husband has been doing he's a general contractor for the last 17 years in Northern Virginia, where we used to live. We are new to the Treasure Coast. We have been here for about 2 years. And he's bringing his, license. He's working to get his license here to start building homes, spec homes or custom homes.
That's
you name
nice.
it. Yeah, he has been doing home remodeling for all this time.
Well, that's wonderful. And that is Bell Art Contracting.
Yes.
And very soon you're going to get that out, on all of the socials.
Yes.
And so with that said, Cindy is making us wrap up this show. Okay, but you're welcome to come back because I know that you're going to have lots of projects and opportunities. So thank you so very much.
Thank you much.
Yeah.
Do I have time for one quote?
Yes.
I would love to close with Robert Kiyosaki quote, which is, I just want to find, the rich invest in assets, the poor work for a living. So think about that and don't be afraid to start your investment.
And that is wonderful.
Thank
and with
you.
that, my name is Ellen Contreras, host of Treasure Coast Connector. And until next week, I miss you already.